Not a lot of time for bowling. But she's back on TV. Her game back in gear, and a little bit of a high shot. Her first of the night leaves the 6-10.
I definitely think we're going to see a little bit of this until, of course, the lanes just start to transition, as it does every time a ball goes down the lane. Already playing deep. Again, we said we were going to see bowling balls that were maybe some strong balls, but not as much surface this week with such a low volume of oil. The ladies used less surface to get the ball through the front part of the lane.
Cross lane, 6-10, got that. And has a mark to begin her night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our number 4 seed from Singapore, Shannon Oakley.
Only on U.S. soil for a couple of weeks. Came for the Long Island Classic series of 3 events in Rockville Center. Teammate Sherry Tan was a winner there. She'll try to win here for Team Singapore tonight. It's very high as well. These 6, 9, 10 left on Shannon's first shot of the night.
Shayna taking a little bit of a deep breath after that shot. One of the things she has really worked on is being softer at the bottom. Her natural game is to hit up on it, actually kind of grab it just a little bit and hit up on it. And she said she was getting a bad read on the lane. She had to be smoother and cleaner.
Covers nicely, has a spare. The last thing you want early in a match is an open.
So let's take a look. She takes 5 steps. She works on really getting the ball into her swing right here, which is fantastic. She has worked on that. But right here, go one more click. On this fourth step, go right here as she's getting into her 4th step. Her swing gets really high and really steep. When it gets too steep, that's when she really pulls down on it and hits up on it on the end.
1, 2, 8, 10, wash up. Tough leave on left.
Gets this one way right. Remember, I spoke about the oil pattern. That middle part of the lane became the most important part of the lane. If you got it too far right, at times it would not hook back, and at times if you missed left, it hooked early. It depended on what pair you were on. That's how different they were lane to lane.
Not easy come. Converts! How about that? Shannon Oakley, 1, 2, 8, 10. Not easy. And early on, it's the Cisco spare of the game. CDB, no doubt about that. Fantastic effort.
Look at this. Takes her hand out of it, hits to the left side of the headpin, slides it right over.
Confidence builder. Has to be for Shannon. Tough lead, tough spare. Converts. Here's Aaron, right lane. Got to really hurry. It does. And a good shot. Leaves a 10 pin.
Fantastic shot by Erin. Both of these ladies like to hook a ball. And let me tell you, they are very similar. When they did hook it, they get on the side of it just a little bit. But you can see here, Erin is way behind that ball. We talked about that, how they want to even out. Right here where that ball starts to enter this pocket, you're going to see a smooth motion. And that's what the ladies looked for. When they got into trouble and felt uncomfortable, the smoother the motion, the better.
Cross lane, single pin spare conversion, has a 10 pin, no problem there. What kind of experience? U.S. Women's Open TV show, CDB. 3rd place in 2017 and 2018. Coming to you from Kingspin Alley Family Fun Center. Dave, Carolyn, our entire crew. Great to have you with us here from the greater Albany, New York area. It's about 50 minutes north of New York's capital city. Left lane for Aaron. Looks good. Looking for some great PWBA gear. Visit the official online store of the PWBA at shoppwba.com. I made us pick up a few teddy bears for all the kids.
What do you need, 10 of them?
If I buy a lot, do I get a good deal? Discount? Great match play record. 56 games, this long, grueling format. And a perfect shot in the right lane for Shannon Oakley.
And that shot, compared to her last two, her swing got to the top, came down much smoother, much quicker off her hand. Watch that, right behind it, fires through it, but look at the motion. Again, this spot seems to be where the ladies are trying to get their ball to for that smooth motion. And watch this, it just, everybody said it last night, I wanted my ball to stop as much as possible, and that was perfect.
2 career titles, 2018 Las Vegas Open, 2019 in Rohnert Park, California. So it's been a while. 2-10 split, and a tough break there with a 4-10. Yikes.
Shannon made a ball change, stronger ball than the ball she was using on the right lane and the ball she used on her last shot. Revs up just a little bit sooner. And she pays, honestly, that I thought would be a 4-pin. That's a high 4-pin. She pays the ultimate price, leaving the 4-10.
You saw the washout conversion. Got it! How about that? Shannon on not 1 but 2 fantastic conversions. The 4-10 this time to stay clean in match number 1. Fabulous.
Look at this. Does exactly what she needs to do, hits to the left of the 4-pin and slides it over like it had eyes.
Man. I mean, we are seeing some amazing spare shooting. All 5 bowlers we talked to today said the spare conversions on this very tough pattern. Won a 4th U.S. Open this year. It is a grueling grind to get this far. Right lane for Aaron, wants it to hook, doesn't quite hook enough. It needs a 2-pin.
And you heard her say that as soon as she let the ball go, she said, hook. Again, she got it way right. Yep. Let's take a look right here. She gets it going right a little bit earlier. And here, the spot they're looking for is about right here. This is way out around that 5-6 board. And it just does not come back as strong as it did the last time. But again, here's what the ladies were saying last night. Even on the bad shots, if you could leave a 2-pin, it was spareable. It was a makeable spare, and you wanted to manage those games and have the 180s, 190s. You still had a chance to win the match, and those bonus pins were crucial this week.
3 times last year, Aaron did make championship round appearances. 4th place, all 3. The Bowlers Journal Classic, ITRC Classic, and the Twin Cities Open. 9th time in her career she's been in the championship round. Saw the win probability at this point, but it's anyone's match. Perfect location, left lane, crunches the 1-3 pocket. And McCarthy with a big shot. Tonight, 10 Eastern, it's a star-studded WNBA showdown. It's Candace Parker and the Sky go head-to-head against Asia Wilson and the Aces. Watch it here on CBS Sports Network. Hoops on the way later tonight. Imagine the confidence, CB, that Shayna's got with those 2 fantastic conversions.
She's staying right in the match. I mean,
could be.
Changes everything.
Could be way behind at this point. Works on a spare pin frame. No help on the 9-pin.
Looks like she got that shot in just a little bit. Wasn't as clean as the previous shot on that lane. But again, ball stopped exactly where she wanted it to. Goes just a little bit high. Didn't quite get it as far right. We used the solid 9.
She and Team Singapore coming over. Direct flight, 19 hours, she told us today. From the home city to JFK Airport. I mean, you've flown all over the world. 19 hours, that's a long one. That's a long ride. We asked her today if you watched a lot of movies. She said, no, I slept the whole time. Slept for 19 hours. And at least you'd land well rested in New York, right?
Yeah, it was 22 when I went, and it wasn't direct.
First time on TV. First week in the U.S. for Team Singapore. We mentioned teammate, the lefty Sherry Tan, already a winner on tour this year. Long Island Classic. Part of the trifecta of events on the island last week. Works on a spare, 6th frame, misses the target.
This is where you're going to see the lanes get a little tricky, right? They said it didn't take very long. They didn't have a lot of practice on the TV pair. You know, it's paced where we don't want to burn up the lanes too much, so we've changed a little bit of the practice. But right here, you can see that ball was a little bit more inside, but that's that middle part of the lane that was so tricky from lane to lane, not just pair to pair. You had to have steeper angles, but make sure the ball read that middle part of the lane.
Unusual 2-5 leave. But for Shannon, that should be a piece of cake with her conversions we've seen so far tonight. Fantastic spare shooter, all bowlers. 2 great spares, CDB for Shannon. Just fantastic to watch. First, the washout.
Hits the left side of the head pin, perfect. Same thing, left side, slides it right over like it had eyes.
Those were huge because Erin has been playing on these very tough lane conditions tonight. She misses both. She might be out of this match. Instead, it's neck and neck. Out of the break, Howard McCarthy in spawn, looking for help. 9-pin, come on.
Great shot by Erin, especially coming out of that commercial break. One of the other factors that the ladies were talking to me about last night was ball speed. So when that ball was going too long to the middle part of the lane, instead of moving, they slowed up their ball speed to get the ball to read. And it looks like she did that on that shot. Great shot, almost taps out the 9.
No problem, has that single pin spare conversion. Doubling the 10th during match play here last night. That's what she needed to knock off another star from Team Singapore, Sherry Tan, to make her 3rd appearance on the U.S. Open TV show. Talked about the pair of 3rd place finishes so far. That changes tonight. Erin told us today that double to make the show was one of the highlights of her career. Pressure, clutch. Came through. Left lane here for her. Almost crosses over a Brooklyn strike and 76-9-10 stand.
Yeah, she didn't like that one when she let it go. I can see in her setup, she seems to be holding the ball just a little bit lower. Definitely did not get this ball to the right. You can see. Definitely, and I'm looking too, because we do this when we don't have the tracers. We have the little dark board down there. It was to the left of it instead of to the right of it. Every time she's gotten it to the right, it's been a better shot.
Watch out, and an open frame. Tough time, 6-10 stand. Game changer. Just like that, Shannon Oakley on the bench is up by 9 pins. Erin said the double in the 10th was the most nerve-wracking moment of her career. This was last night. She faces another major challenge in the opening match here tonight. Hung works on a spare 7th frame, ringing 10-pin, really nice shot.
Fantastic shot by Shannon. I always like watching the shots, especially when they've been sitting a while. But right here, look at, she drops it so smooth and it comes right through. Lofting it out just a little bit, but much cleaner out of her hands underneath it just a little bit more. And right here, that smooth motion. Now, as they were trying to get their ball to stop, they said last night, you know, we left a lot of ring 10s, but again, the key was spareable.
Got that. Just enough of the 10-pin, which with the other amazing splits and conversions he's had tonight would seemingly be easy. But you're right, that's the spareable shot. And filling frames with spares, staying clean is the biggest key. This is a grinded out, really tough slugfest type condition.
The U.S. Open is always one of the toughest events of the year. And if you watch the scores from round to round, and then of course in match play, you're going to see that the scores go up and down.
Works on spare, and the 6-10 stand on the left lane. 1 strike for Shannon so far in the match.
Shannon went back to the ball she originally started with. Saw Matt McNeil go over and talk to her during the break. This left lane seems to be the lane that's switching up the match just a little bit.
Second appearance U.S. Open show for Shayna. She finished third in 2016. As we talked about, seeking her first major tonight. Has the 6-10, has her mark. And now it's about staying clean this late in the match, but just 6 pins separate these two. Longtime member of Team Singapore, amazing accolades for Shayna, 2-time Singapore Sportswoman of the Year. Shannon O'Keefe is back on TV again. What a season for the points leader on the women's tour, which at this point puts Shannon in the lead for Player of the Year for a third time. McCarthy, big strike right lane, needed that badly. And McCarthy enjoyed the taste of winning once in her PWBA career, throwing 7 consecutive strikes to defeat Maria Jose Rodriguez in the final of the event held at Fern Valley Strike and Spare. Great memory for her. She said to us today, that was amazing, winning the Louisville Open in 2018. This would be the highlight by far of her bowling career. It is so coveted. The green jacket, the huge prize funds, the largest on tour this year. $60,000 to the winner. In another close match. Foundation frame. Got all pinned down.
Definitely trusted that one. Actually looked like she moved a little bit deeper. Right here, crossing at the arrows about 13, 14.
Can it be a double?
Comes in.
Here's our first
Amazing.
double match for either. These are incredibly tough conditions. She's been outstanding in close matches. Ninth frame. Shayna Ung for the response. Got it.
If you notice on this right lane, both Shayna and Erin were a little bit more direct, a little more ball speed. Now, what I was hearing, you're going to watch this right here. We're going to get into about 16, 17, not getting it right up about 10, high flush. But they were saying they felt like the right lanes were tighter and developed a little more hold quicker than the left lane. But again, you could go to the next pair and it could be the direct opposite.
It's been that tough. Long, challenging, grueling grind to get this far. 10th frame. Looking for the lead, leaves a 10 pin instead. First match is going to go right down to the wire.
Another good shot, and again, you had to decide off of these shots right here where this is a little bit of that flat 10. Do I just want to slow up the ball just a little bit, which was the safer thing to do, because everyone was saying once you came around the ball just a little bit, it overreacted down lane.
Oh my goodness. It didn't fall. Shocking miss in the 10th. Disastrous error for Shayna Ung. Trying to fill out the 10th frame. And now Erin McCarthy on the bench sees an incredible break.
And you very rarely see that because the Singapore team is very, very disciplined. They practice, they live together, they travel together. Very unfortunate. Good for Erin, bad for Shayna.
9 pins, that's all she needs now. For the win. Got 10, got the victory in match number 1. And Erin McCarthy will advance to take on Shannon O'Keefe. After the incredible conversions earlier in the match from Shayna Ung before the commercial break of 2 fantastic spares, the single pin spare conversion does her in the 10th frame. Amazing.
And like we see on so many weeks, Erin will be trying a different ball to see what type of look she has. She moved a little bit deeper, got one further right, kicks back to 10, looks great.
The emergency and ICU nurse in Omaha, Nebraska. Also, as we can see, a fantastic bowler Quite a career for Erin McCarthy, and she is through to the next round.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our number 3 seed from Shiloh, Illinois, Shannon O'Keefe.
Future Hall of Famer has 15 titles, 3 majors, but not a U.S. Women's Open yet. 2018 USBC Queens in Reno, 2019 Tour Championship in Richmond. 2-time Player of the Year. Brilliant career. As always, the McKendree Bearcat colors. Head coach of the women's team, won the national championship this year and leads the 10-pin.
Shannon, obviously, no stranger to the TV lights. Comes out full force.
It's amazing. Back on TV again. All the different conditions, the challenging formats like the U.S. Women's Open. Last week, Long Island, totally different scenario set up. Lane conditions back on TV again. Cross lane, got enough of that for the 10-pin. Any player rolls a 300 game during tonight's telecast will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros, and follow the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling. Going to be tough CDB on these conditions, to say the least. McCarthy, good start.
Another great come-out shot by Erin after sitting for a little bit. Right here's moved just a little bit deeper, hitting 19 at the arrows, getting it. That is our spot, about that 9-10. I know for quite some time the ladies were saying I was almost using 10 down lane as my gutter. And speaking with her ball rep, Nathan, she's still trying to be very rolly, very up the back of it, wants her ball to stop before the pins so that she can control the pocket. Went back to the ball she was using last match.
Great start. Match 2 for Erin. We told us today she's going to relax. She's going to take her time and not rush. It feels like in prior TV shows she's rushed herself in big moments and missed shots and missed the pocket.
Getting her ball into the swing, holding it a little lower so that she can slow down her ball speed just a little bit, and that ball's reading perfectly.
2 seed last week for Shannon on Long Island, but lost to Brown Cote, the 4 seed who ran the table. Back on TV again. O'Keefe. 1-3 pocket, 60 feet to success for Shannon O'Keefe.
Shannon 4 steps, gets her ball into the swing quick, wins that step, but look at this leverage right here. Love it. The knee bend, the chin over the knee. She's a traditional style, but has such leverage and power getting into the line. And honestly, with that hip injury, she still looks perfect. I mean, she really does.
Third frame. Wow, great start. Both bowlers looking really good here in match 2. Shannon, for months, has been bothered by upper left hip injury. She says at times she's at 40%. It's so painful, but she's going to just have to keep grinding through it to the end of the season.
And watching that shot too, both ball reps for both companies have said the lanes are changing very quickly. The ladies have already made the move to the left, and again will generate their ball speed, whether they need it harder or softer to do what the ball needs to do on the lane.
8 strikes total. Erin, all right, continues the great start here in match number 2. A great finish to match 1 with 4 of the last 5 frames of strikes.
Erin here getting the ball into the swing a little bit earlier than she naturally does, but look at this right here. I love this. This is all power and leverage. Look at that left arm out in front of her, a little bit higher than normal, but watch how the ball comes down, just smooth, uses all of her legs, and again, taking her hand out of it, which, you know, Erin likes to get around the ball, but she has become much more versatile.
Broken strike. Cross it over, she'll take it. Sometimes you're a little lucky. Next stop, Brownsburg.
Gets just a little bit quick. You could see that right there, her foot. She stuttered just a little bit. Ball went back a little bit quicker, misses a left. And again, that is not what she's trying to play. She is not trying to play the hold. She's trying to get her ball to the right, but gets a break and gets to Brooklyn. Or as people in Brooklyn would say, the Jersey.
Erin. All right, so Shannon right lane trying to respond. And good shot, bringing 10 pin.
Controlling the pocket like Shannon always does. Executing. Looks great coming in. Just wraps around that 10 pin. Now, the other thing is, too, Shannon does both, right? Gets up the back of it, gets on the side of it a little bit. She is a little more on the side of it, so that ball doesn't read too early, but still has a great shot to the pocket.
Can't afford to miss the way Erin's bowling. At least the first few frames of match number 2. Be sure to log on. Follow the PWBA on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and on Bowl TV to keep up with the greatest women bowlers in the world. We get the latest video highlights and news each week to follow your favorites like the legend Liz Johnson, who multiple times has won this U.S. Open. Not the case for Shannon yet. Maybe that changes here tonight. Plenty of TV experience. Championship round. Somehow the 10 pin defies the laws of physics and gravity and does not fall.
Man, another great shot. Moved in a little deeper, using that 12 as her gutter down lane. Ball just deflects off a little bit, wraps around that 10, but boy, it wobbles. And again, she's using the same ball on both lanes, but again, stronger ball, a little bit less surface, so you don't have to fight that front part of the lane, you know, with such a low volume of oil.
National Coach of the Year, Conference Coach of the Year several times, multinational champion McKendree Bearcat team. That's one of her many jobs. Oh, by the way, she's got a huge lead for Player of the Year again on the points list. 7 events on tour, 7 different winners. McCarthy looks for the front 5. Trying to stay perfect. No Brooklyn strike this time. 6 pin.
It's a little bit quick. And you could see right off her hand that was way left of where she was getting that ball in the front part of the lane. But again, gets the break and leaves a 6 pin. And this is what you were looking for in your matches last night. The breaks. On the bad shot, you were hoping you didn't pay full penalty.
Control the pocket. Get a few breaks. That's what Brianna Cote said last week when she won on Long Island. And I get the feeling it's happening early with Erin McCarthy here in match number 2. Season, as we talked about, 7 events in, 7 different winners. Maybe if Shannon wins, she'll be the first multi-tour winner of the year. And lots of traveling. Carolyn, you know, as well as anyone, it's not an easy season to get through emotionally, physically for these great bowlers.
Right, absolutely. I mean, look at this, 1,500 miles, 1,100 miles. I mean, and you have to travel with your bowling balls, and you're traveling with someone. There's a lot of factors that go into it.
6 frame works on a spare. Under the touch high, and the 6-9-10 stand for Erin.
She got that ball out on the lane a little bit more, got around it just a little too soon, and you can see she missed left. Once she starts doing that, it's almost like she's helping the ball. And one of the keys this week, and it didn't matter how you threw the ball, was you wanted to be as clean as possible out of it, keep your hand underneath it, get that thumb out, roll it off the palm so that you get your ball to roll as much forward as possible.
Covers nicely. Midway point, CDB, match 2018 PWBA Rookie of the Year. Jordan Richard joins us now. Jordan, you said to us today in our interview, first time in your career you've been a 2 seed on a TV show. How will you approach the lanes here tonight?
I'm going to approach it just as I have all week. Got to make good shots in practice to see what I need to do and then make my moves on whatever the lane tells me.
And we also spoke about how your mental strategy would be, and you said you were going to be much more open-minded. So did you think about this afternoon, or have you decided that watching everyone else?
We're kind of just going to stick to what I'm going to do based off practice, and then if I have to be open-minded and make moves quicker, then I will.
Jordan, thanks for your time.
Thank
See
you.
Next match. Wants that green jacket, want the trophy and the big prize fund. 2 seed, 2-time tour champion. Back to match 2. Down by 18. 6th for O'Keefe. Works on a spare. 2 strikes for Shannon so far in the match. Out of the commercial break. How does she respond with a full pin?
Shannon has thrown 6 great shots. She's using a ball that reads the middle part of the lane on its own, clean, but look at that, smooth off the end of the pattern, doesn't have to get the ball way right. She's doing the right thing. It's one of those things where you want to make the slight adjustments, not the big ones, because you are controlling the pocket.
Corbin got that, no problem. Let's flash back. Title number 15 this year for Shannon. Saw it on CBS Sports Network earlier this swing. Cedarville Lanes, Eagan, Minnesota, the Twin Cities. Climbed the ladder for the 5 seed to take home the title against Missy Parkin for career championship number 15. She told us last week on Long Island she was warming up, and the announcement came over the PA system. 14-time title of Shannon O'Keefe. She's looking around like, what? Really? 14? Well, it became 15 that week. She knocked off Aaron in match play. Quite a career for the head coach.
O'Keefe.
But a tough split here. 4-6-7.
Terrible shots.
I don't think she liked that shot. You could hear her talking right here. She got around that one just a little more and missed left and paid the ultimate price. Yep, she did. You could hear her say something. I think it was, oh my God, or that's what I would have said.
6 stands, open frame, and that's devastating. Look at that. The lead balloons by 11 pins on the bench for McCarthy. 33-pin lead now. Seventh frame, 6-10. We talked about full-time job in Omaha, Nebraska. What do you see, an ICU nurse? Take a look at this shot, CDB.
Right here, that ball picked up. Let me tell you, that did not look like a bad shot, but that ball picked up much earlier. According to what I'm being told, the left lane hooks a little bit earlier, but this right lane at this point might be catching up. They transitioned fast, and the lady who made the quickest moves usually won the match.
Cross lane, 6-10, got that, and takes care of business. Coming up next, join WNBA legend Lisa Leslie as she talks shop with reigning NCAA Women's Tournament Championship coach, South Carolina's Dawn Staley. Don't miss an all-new We Need to Talk right here on CBS Sports Network. You know, Aaron, a very challenging nursing job in Omaha. She said to us today, sometimes the chaos of working the ER calms her. And that, in turn, helps her stay calm in moments like this. 8th frame, trying to knock off Shannon O'Keefe. 4-pin.
Definitely increased her ball speed on that shot. Pitched it just a little bit. Got a break, leaving the 4-pin. Still a little bit sharp. On the back end right here. You could see she got this one out on the lane much more. Used a little more of her upper body. Still up the back of it. But look at where that ball is picking up. Where before it was actually sailing through that spot. Again, it'll be time for another move to the left or increase the ball speed even more. But you got to make sure you're not going to hit up on it, kind of like Shayna. I don't want to hit up on it. I want to be smooth.
Great for O'Keefe. The time is now. No room for error. 2-time player of the year. Asked her about that today with her massive lead in points entering this event. She said, I don't even look at it. Don't even check the stats. Staying focused on day-to-day. Needs a lot of strikes starting right now and gets it on the right lane.
Great comeback shot by Shannon. One of the things she has truly been keying on is her tempo. She needs to keep her middle 2 steps slow. Don't allow them to get quick. And once her tempo is in that smooth motion, everything just clicks. The ball gets to the top and it drops. When they get just a little bit too quick, it's when she lags and pulls down.
Needs this left lane.
Oh.
Gets it. Making things interesting. Cuts it at 20 pins.
Another good shot. She's so smooth getting to the line. Those were 2 of her best shots to get herself back in this match. And again, off of this light hit, blowing out that 4-5-7. Do not move. Stay there and execute.
Foundation frame for McCarthy. Big shot. 7-pin.
During the break, Eri came over speaking to her ball rep, Nathan Bohr. I know he said as she continues to move left to make her adjustments, she will up her ball speed because that's what she naturally wants to do and likes to do. Right there, good shot. Blow her 7-pin. Still in the lead.
At Nebraska. Went to Midland. She graduated with an accelerated nursing program. That's what she needs. There are times she's been so limited because of her full-time job as a nurse. Maybe 2-3 times a week, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of practice. That's it. Amazing that she's in this position, so dedicated to her full-time job that she's on the verge of a win here. Match 2. Left lane, comes in high, 6-10.
There's always been one lane, and it seems like this left lane, according to what I'm being told, is breaking down even quicker than the right lane. So the moves have to be bigger and quicker. And that means moving even deeper, because last night when you were watching, as they were going pair to pair, some of the girls, they were into 25-30 trying to get their ball steep and down the lane. Gee, Dave, we could have a tie.
You said that last week, too. We came close on Long Island.
Don't we say that every week?
It's the most exciting thing.
And you know what? I like when they go down the 10th frame, as long as it's not me. As long as it's them, I think it's great.
You're okay being a
It's great
broadcaster in
TV.
this moment.
Absolutely.
Oh, no doubt. Shannon's going to have a chance. Great shot.
Much more aggressive on that shot, smoother off her hand, and you could see the angle of the ball. Right here, much smoother off her hand than that first shot. More end over end, and look at that. Just stops in the right spot.
Two strikes and 8 for O'Keefe. Needs the first one.
Harry. Yes!
There's the first one. There's some former McHenry Bearcats and current World Grambling back there watching. What a shot.
Fantastic shot. Aggressive. And she knew it when she let it go.
It's got to happen. Strike 8. No strike here. McCarthy wins. Needs this strike. Wants it a hook. It does! Just enough to find the 1-3 pocket and knock down all 10. Now 8 pins for the victory. 7 for a tie.
Gets this one a little right of where she was playing. Didn't quite catch that one as much as she did the first one, but gets the break on the light hit.
Eight for the win for O'Keefe.
Oh my gosh.
Dawson, get it. And lose. Wow.
I'm not going to say anything on that.
All right.
That's just not Shannon. Lanes aren't that easy, but that's not Shannon O'Keefe. She little excited, but she knows how to calm herself down. That's just, she needs to let that go. It was a big shot. 8 pins is not easy on this condition. Gets it left of her target, right off her hand. She probably knew it. As you can see, it picked up way sooner.
And only gets 5, and McCarthy on the bench had to think that it was over. She'd lose to the 2-time Player of the Year. Instead, McCarthy advances on the gas. Shannon O'Keefe needs 8 for the win over Erin McCarthy, and somehow only gets 5 in the 10th. An absolute shocking finish to match number 2. Speaking of the BPA, Executive Director Frank DeSocio is here. Great to see Frank, as always, on hand. Watching the 2022 U.S. Women's Open, McCarthy is through with another win. Unlikely scenario. But you've been there before. You take advantage, right? You move on.
Absolutely. And
As Erin McCarthy will.
8 is not a give me on this. These are tough. They're breaking down fast. We have a ball change for Erin McCarthy. Ball that's a little bit cleaner.
Didn't like it, and that's why. Wow, way across the head pin, and 3-9 up, starting her match with Jordan Richard.
Just gets a little quick, and you could see definitely got ahead of herself, fell right off her hand. You could see her looking at her hand. Let me tell you, she's gotten some breaks, right? You got on your bad shot, you hope you leave something spareable. I mean, not a traditional spare, but it's spareable.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. And she whiffs by a lot. Wow is right. That is a shocking open. And Jordan Richard has some confidence to begin her match.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our number 2 seed from Maumee, Ohio, Jordan Richard.
Just outside Toledo, Maumee, Ohio, originally from Tecumseh, Michigan, which is near Ann Arbor. A young star on the PWBA Tour, from a Rookie of the Year in 2018. 2 titles in her career so far. That's how you start. So Aaron inexplicably whiffs on the 3-9 by a wide margin. And Jordan steps up and knocks them all down.
I love Jordan's game. Look at this. Gets the ball into the swing nice. Look at this. But now here's the difference. Look how high her backswing is, but not as much knee bend, but yet still in line with what she wants to do. And on her good shots, look at that as she comes through and creates the leverage you need. She has a lot of ball speed. She used that to her advantage where she didn't have to be so steep into the lane. And it seems like this is what she's starting to do this match.
So the match play record for Jordan. It comes in high, 6'10" up. You just heard from Caroline Doran-Bauer, 20-time POVA champion, 3 majors, Hall of Famer.
And everybody is telling me this left lane is the trouble lane. Right here, you could see she's deeper, but does not get the ball to the right. So again, they've got to get that ball to the right, whether they choose with ball speed to get it right quicker or move even deeper and create more angle.
6'10" got that. Second show of the year. So St. Pete, Florida for Jordan by 12 pins. All right, so let's see how Aaron responds from that open. Likeliest finishes against Shannon in match 2. Right lane, high, 10 pin.
Two shots that just didn't look as aggressive as the last match. Does not get that ball to the right, and it actually hooks up so much earlier. It is a cleaner ball. She may just need to move a little bit deeper. That's what she did on this pattern the past few days.
.38-foot oil pattern, the 4th used during this long, incredibly challenging U.S. Open format. Ball change here for Aaron.
Aaron went to her bag, changing balls. Also, Jordan had Aaron start the match. So Aaron will be ending on the right lane. Jordan will be ending on the left lane. Again, it seems as if that left lane is the one everybody keeps talking about, but I don't think either lane is that easy.
Better effort left lane there for Aaron. Incredibly challenging conditions.
Much cleaner shot right here. Uses everything she got, definitely deeper, crossing about 21 at the arrows. And that ball, the motion she was looking for, that's the motion she had in that first game where it was just nice and smooth off the pattern. She can roll it off her hand and increase her ball speed the more she moves left.
Right lane for Jordan. Really good shot. All 10 down. 212.75 average, 56 games for her. Second behind Danielle Mcewen's 212.82.
Gets this ball way right early. Look at this. Way down lane. Wow. We were getting it about here earlier. Gets that one way right. Tickles the pins just like Shannon did on that light hit. And I'm telling you, keep doing that, because the lane will eventually come to you. Keep doing that. The light hits were just as good yesterday.
4th at St. Pete, Clearwater for the 26-year-old. Four, 6, 7. That's a tough break in the left lane. And really pays a price with a tough split.
Again, I don't think either lane is easy, but this left lane according to the ball reps and the ladies that have come off the pair, has been just a little bit more tricky, where the right lane has been a little more forgiving to the right.
Was that slow?
That's why when they come on the pair, I always say, are they watching? Because I want to pick the lane that I've got the closest chance of striking on. She's talking to her ball rep now, Sean Ryan. But they were whispering.
New life for Aaron, who had the open to begin this match and then gets the trip 10 pin on the right lane. So her fortunes dramatically changing here after as tough a start as you can imagine.
This ball change, she's allowed to move a little bit deeper. The ball's a little bit cleaner, but smoother than the other ball she had started with.
She told us today, when we asked her what's it going to take to win and climb the ladder, got by Jordan Richard by 12 pins in match play earlier this week. She said a lot of patience, stay in the moment. And patience has not been something she's been able to rely upon in the past on TV. Maybe tonight will be different. Left lane for McCarthy. That's high, and oh my goodness, another tough split. The 6-7 this time on these challenging conditions.
Well, this is what we saw, especially during match play. High flush, you miss just a little bit, and the ball hooks up just a little earlier. And again, pays the full penalty, leaves the 6-7. But again, I'm reminding everyone who's listening, 18 milliliters of oil just is not a lot of oil.
How about that one? 6-7 conversion, another fantastic split spare conversion we've seen tonight. Jada Ung had a couple earlier on our show.
Right here, hits to the right of the 6-pin, and there you go. Picture perfect.
That was really big. Back to Jordan, fifth frame. Liked it. Leaves a 10 pin.
I'm telling you, I like this right lane. If I had to pick, if I were going to bowl, I would probably be ending on the right lane over the left lane. Again, she got that ball to the right, but you can see it's so much smoother off the pattern. The left lane seems less forgiving.
Jordan, five-time member of Team USA, 2018 to 2022. Also, Junior Team USA member. Great job representing our country internationally. Cross lane has the 10 pin. Leaders by a round here. CDB is an incredibly challenging event. Sherry Tan, you mentioned it, one of the Long Island Classic, one of the 3 events last week in Rockville Center. And Jordan Richard right there. Danielle went around her late in match play last night.
Needing that double in the 10th to take over the lead.
Ball change here for Jordan. And Jordan told us today she was very disappointed she wasn't a top seed, but here she is. See if that pays off. Does indeed. Left lane, great shot. Ball change, well timed. All smiles for Jordan Richard, the 2 seed.
On
I think
both?
it's a coin flip, yeah. I really think it's a coin flip if you want to do it on the right lane. I wasn't a fan of how fast that one got forward.
The green one?
Yeah, in my gut, I want to go X2 on both.
Okay.
Because I thought that flat time was
I know,
really
I did too.
fucking good.
I know.
So to me, it hit friction and went forward.
Okay.
Where once that happens, the next fucking part is it's going to hit friction and go left.
Right. So do I move? So I moved 2 on this thing.
Okay.
So I went to 31.
So I like when Sean did say to her, it is your call, because bottom line is you can feed them information and give them options, but she will make the decision before she gets on the approach. I do like the option. Yes, I do think her other ball did go forward a little bit, but again, they've been moving left of the friction and increasing their ball speed the further left they got. But honestly, why do you want to manipulate? I would probably make the ball change on both. It's cleaner, going to read the mid, hopefully give her some hold.
break. Works on a spare, wants that to hook. Not quite enough in the 1-3 pocket. Leaves the 2-pin on the right lane.
I think Erin is making the right moves, changing to a ball that's a little bit longer and smoother. I love it. She did that for the past 2 days. And again, on your mistake shots, if you can leave something that's spareable, like a 2-pin, it's not so bad.
Two-pin. Those kind of conditions, it's the not so bad shot, right?
It is.
It's survival mode out here.
What's the thing? What's happening is, because the ladies were trying to take their hand out of it and create more forward roll where they wanted it to read and lay, now add friction into that, it's reading even sooner and stopping too quick. So that's why they continue to move left, increase their ball speed. They may have to even get steeper the deeper they get.
Great breakdown. Seventh frame, perfect shot. Crunches the 1-3 pocket. Those pins had no chance whatsoever against Erin McCarthy. So tonight in the capital region of New York State, ABC Gates Bowl, Rochester next year, and Indy and Lincoln, Nebraska, Sunday Lanes and Games, just outside downtown. Great traditional bowling site for the men's and women's tours in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Jordan opted to make the ball change also on the right lane.
See it.
I like the shot. Look, I know she left the 2-7. Everybody who's watching is going to say, yeah, but she left the 2-7. Yeah, but it's not a big 4. And that's what they're looking for. Much cleaner, but gets it way right. Again, remember, the light hits on this lane. Remember, Shannon had the light hit. Erin had the light hit. Her last shot on this lane was a light hit. So I think just a small move there, and she's in good shape.
Unusual lead for the right-hander. The 2-7 baby split, but on the right lane takes care of business. So, I mean, we're seeing some odd-looking spares and leaves here. The former Rookie of the Year now lives in the suburban Toledo, Ohio area. A great career both at Central Missouri and Arkansas State. D2, D3 Player of the Year at Central Missouri. Two-time Division I Player of the Year at Arkansas State. All-American.
Go.
Long that ball going does. Finds the 1-3 pocket perfectly. We mentioned Danielle Mcewen had 3 7-10 splits. Championship match with Brianna Cote last week on Long Island. Bowl TV highlight of the week. 3 7-10 conversions CDB made this week. First, Josie Barnes, the champion from last year at the U.S. Open in Rohnert Park, California. New wave fan accomplished the feat as well. That was on Sunday. And then Dasha Kovalova couldn't believe it herself when she converted the 7-10 yesterday. Oh, I turned away from it. Wait a minute, I made it. She made it. Never been done on TV on the PWBA tour. We've seen some challenging leads. Not the 7-10 yet. And there's McCarthy's throw.
I don't think anybody wants to be shooting at the 7-10, especially Danielle Mcewen, who will be coming up in her next match. But Erin made the move on this right lane, looked much more confident.
It's been done 4 times on the men's tour as well. I would love the chance.
I get it. I get
love the chance to call it. Just saying. Just saying.
And through all of these matches so far, Erin has definitely stayed to taking her time, being patient with her shot, not rushing through it.
Foundation frame, big shot. Looks for the 27 pin lead and got it. On the left lane, huge shot late in the match for McCarthy.
Determination on this shot, you could see much smoother with her footwork as well. Angles look great. Again, just going to a cleaner ball, moving left, increasing that ball speed, and now she's got her rhythm back.
Best finish in a major for Erin so far. Runner-up 2015 USBC Queens. Foundation frame for Jordan. Cut into the lead. Does so with a trip and 7 lead. Big shot to make it a 17-pin match.
So again, I feel like this right lane is a little bit more forgiving to the right. I think the left lane is starting to build up some hold the deeper they get. Right here, you're going to see Jordan. She went over to talk to Sean. Comes in late, blows the rack. One thing she was focusing on is making sure when she got her ball into her push and it was smooth, and that she would stay down and not use her upper body. And that was one thing. She was talking to him about right here between that commercial break, and that was a great shot.
Top seed. See the max scores. Tenth frame, big shot. No help this time though. 6-10.
That shot looked a little bit quicker. The first 2 steps, just a little bit quicker. Got that ball into the lane a little. See those first 2 steps? A little quick. Got it into lane position to win this game.
Now to the bench and wait to the 206. Just a mark for the win. McCarthy to advance to the championship match to take on Danielle Mcewen. A strike for the win for Aaron, right lane. Looking for help, and got it with a 10-pin. It goes down late. It's a winner for Aaron McCarthy. She's going to move on to the title match.
Got that one in just a little bit, but gets the break. Right here, you're going to see she is deeper, but doesn't get that ball as far right down the lane. Gets in a little high, but trips out the 4-10. Oh, she liked it.
Finish up in the right lane. And she advances to take on Danielle Mcewen. We mentioned earlier that 3 7-10 split conversions were made this week. Last week in the championship match, Danielle Mcewen left 3 7-10 splits of her own in the 5th, the 8th, and again in the 9th frame. Horrible breaks for Danielle. Got her over those breaks, a little cuddle time. Well, with her dog. This is the last one. Never seen it back-to-back 7-10s. Never seen 3-in-1 match on TV in my career. I've done a lot of bowling. You've been around a lot. And sometimes you just need Jasper to help you through those tough moments. Am I right?
He is a
time with a pooch.
Fuzzy little fella. If she can't see it, I think so.
We have a golden doodle at home. That's a mix as well.
And then as Danielle is throwing her practice shots.
Guess what?
Exactly.
7-10. You got to think that might enter her.
Nope. She's going to get it out of her way. She got it out of her way early.
What happened last week. Time for the championship match here at South Country Park. McCarthy, Mcewen, the coveted green jacket, $60,000 top prize fund on the women's tour this year at stake. Average for Aaron through 3. Title tilt underway. Some loft, left lane. Good start. Good 10-pin.
Great come out shot, of course, by Erin. And again, I bring this up every week, right? So she's starting on the left lane, which means she's going to allow Erin on the right lane to finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our #1 seed from Stony Point, New York, Danielle Mcewen.
Here she is. Top seed, second straight week. Don't forget the struggles and the challenge of last week. New night, new show. U.S. Women's Open on the line. And a great start in the right lane.
Danielle as well, coming out very strong. She is very confident right now with her game. She says physically she feels fantastic, but when she feels a little off, she's got a couple of triggers. You heard her say that. Here's her game. Gets her ball into the swing a little bit later, but allows her swing to just drop naturally with no grab. She is so clean out of it and naturally rolls that ball right off her hand.
Left lane, coming in high. 3-9-10. Tough lead here. It's the second frame of the match.
She looked like she got around that ball just a little bit, missing left. Right here you can see that was way left of her target. I don't think that ball got right of 15. These are the 3-9-10.
2019 U.S. Women's Open champ in Vegas. She was a 2 seed then, top seed here tonight. Got it. Big conversion for Danielle Mcewen.
Definitely not an easy spare. You're going to use your strike ball to make it because you got the sleeper. Does not overhook at it, actually throws it rather flat and gets that back pin out just the way you're supposed to.
Looking for her 21st strike of the night. And late help in the 10th pin. Down it goes. Any player rules in 300 games during tonight's telecast will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros, and for all the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling. No 300 games yet in the U.S. Open. That's because the 4 different ball patterns are so incredibly challenging.
Definitely not the tournament you would pick to say, gosh, I think we're going to see a lot of them.
Left lane, got it. Off to a great start in the championship match. And Josie Barnes won $100,000. It was the richest prize in women's bowling history last year in Roanoke Park, California. $60,000 on the line here tonight. Mcewen has clinched at least $30,000. It's life-changing money.
It is. And she has a wedding that'll be coming up, and Danielle's going to be traveling after the tour is over, so they both can use it in different ways.
Absolutely. Right lane for Mcewen. Looking for help. Avoids the split. That's good news. 4 pin stands.
Looks like she threw that one just a little bit slower, but again, I think the right lane is much more forgiving. Gets a break, gets the 9 out, leaves just the 4 pin, but missed the left 2. See, once again, did not get that ball as far right as she was in her practice shots, but gets a break and only leaves the 4 pin. Again, angle was so critical, but the more the girls moved to the left, you had 2 choices. You could either increase your ball speed and not have as steep angles. Again, you see stronger balls or weaker balls with less surface, or go stronger and just continue to up your ball speed and cut down those angles, but take your hand out of it and be soft with your hand, but keep that ball speed up to keep it in front of you.
Impressive win in match play over Aaron earlier this week. But CDB, as you like to say, this show's a new tournament. Brand new field conditions tonight. 4th frame from Mcewen, works on a spare, missed the target. 2-4-8 stand for Danielle.
Right here we're looking at shots where that ball has to read that middle part of the lane that we saw earlier today. And right there, it shoots right through it. But that was common. I know when you're watching, you're going, oh, she didn't throw that one better. Oh, she made a bad shot. No, that really did not look like that bad of a shot. But if you're just a little bit too quick and that ball does not read that middle part, don't forget we're using the lane oil that gets down there a little bit further. Very unlike Danielle. Very unlike Danielle to miss a spare.
Wow. And that's a tough break. Left lane, 4-pin stands, and the lead on the bench for McCarthy balloons to 35 pins. Aaron off to a perfect start here.
And this is where, Dave, I bring it up. When you make your opponent either start the match or finish, depending on that lane, I think that's been very critical week to week.
Saw the early win probability. Looks good for Aaron, but it's early on. And now we got the big four. So, game changer again. And the frame.
Right here, just a little bit too, that one was too in front of her. Definitely needs that angle. She's had that angle for the last few games when that ball change, reading it just soon enough, but pays full penalty.
There goes a perfect game. 4-7 stands, open frame, and just like that, 17-pin game. Doug Bohannon is here at the proprietor of Kingpin's Alley Family Fun Center. Great to see Doug and his staff. Hey, Doug, thanks for your great hospitality. Fantastic bowling town here in New York State. And there you go. CDB, the win probability changes just like that. It's down about 9+%.
I like those win percentages.
Fifth frame off and open here for McCarthy. Respond nicely to the strike.
Right here, we are halfway through this game, Danielle. On the next shot, we'll be halfway through this game. What do we think is actually going through their minds right now? I have bowled on numerous U.S. Open shows. Right there, she comes back, light hit. With the lanes as tough as they are, it's manage the frames. Do whatever you have to do to manage the frames.
Another high hit, another really tough break. 6, 7, 10. It's another split for McEwen.
And I'm going to probably send a message down there just to find out. I think she looked a little softer on this shot. Again, right here. Ball was way inside of where she was throwing her practice shots. But again, if you're a little bit softer, to make sure that ball's going to read, because once it shoots through, now you're forcing it to do something.
Can't convert 7-pin stand, so it is an open frame, and the bowlers exchange opens here of late. Future for the sport oil pattern. We revisit
Ladies,
what's going on here, CDB.
Sorry about that, Dave. Ladies started playing right here and did not have between that second and third arrow, and their ankles were not as steep. As they moved left, their angles got more steep, but like Erin did, went to a ball that was cleaner, smoother off the pattern. Danielle using a ball that's very mid-lane and smooth, but she's got a ball change on this left lane right now.
McEwen trying to respond. That's a light hit and just unable to get into gear here. So the 1-2-4 stands on the left lane, and the struggles just continue here for Danielle on TV. Tough to watch. Converts the spare. That's the good news. The bad news is she's down 28 pins to Aaron McCarthy championship match, halfway home.
And let's get a double here one at a time, and then we'll go from there. That's all you can do. Come on.
I think that one you have to go to the down IQ though. Because that one didn't try to even slow down at all.
Okay. Just don't move. Just go to that one. Okay.
Because that one, I mean, we saw it in practice. It shakes off a bit.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Alright, come on.
McCarthy strike out of the break, and your take on the tour rep talk.
Right. What you didn't hear was, at one point, Danielle said, paint a picture for me. How far right am I supposed to be getting the ball? Because Sean did make he mentioned that the ball didn't even get through it. It didn't even slow down when she was throwing the idol. So Jim is telling her, look, let's make the move. Let's decide what we're going to do. Just catch a double. We're still in this. And 10 frames goes by. But again, she needs a picture painted for her because she's just not seeing it.
A double for Aaron. 38-pin lead. Looks for the turkey. To go up by 48 pins in a 7th frame. The 10-pin a nudge, but no messenger across the deck to take it down.
And right now at this point, another great shot. They are just going to continue to move deeper on this left lane. And again, this is what we saw over the last couple of days. By the way, I'm nervous. I'm taking deep breaths. Is the ball at times would not get through the pins. I don't think it's anything that the girls are doing. It's just, again, the breakdown is so fast. They're getting so deep, and they're just trying to manage the pocket, leave something spareable.
Cross lane, single pin spare conversion, had the 10-pin, no problem there for the 5th seed from Elkhorn, Nebraska. Aaron McCarthy outside Omaha. Full-time nurse. But tonight, not just that, an outstanding bowler on the verge of a championship and a major. Danielle's won this event before.
Much better shot by Danielle. Again, just going to move deeper. She's going to be aggressive. I don't think the slower ball speed is the way to go right now. We need to get that ball through the front and middle part of the lane and get it to that perfect spot. Right there, I'm going to draw a line on the next shot when we get it from that back view. The spot has actually moved up a little bit as they get deeper.
Fourth championship round appearance of the year for Danielle, including USBC Queens. Outside Chicago, she was the 4 seed. Lost that night to Lara Plazas. Shot, left lane.
She stuck with the ball on the left lane that she had changed to. She agreed to make the move. Still not deep enough. Did not get that ball as far right, but I have to tell you, I think the lanes are breaking down. It's starting just to hook up earlier and earlier on this left lane.
3-6-10. Got that covers.
And honestly, on the left lane, because you're only going to be able to, I mean, there's plenty of, obviously, area to move to the left. At this point, it's almost like you want to just throw it a little bit harder and fade it back to the pocket to make sure you keep it in the pocket.
Yeah, this gets deeper. Yeah.
Quick strategy chat with Sean Ryan, tour rep. 37 pin advantage for McCarthy. Eighth frame, right lane, works on a spare that had a hurry and did not, and missed the pocket. The 1-2-8 stands for McCarthy here.
It is the 8th frame of the U.S. Open. Just a bad shot. She lost this one off her hand. Could have been more disastrous. Leaves the 1-2-5. Just needs to take deep breaths and make shots, just like Danielle is going to get ready to make another move. I'm nervous.
Me too.
My palms are sweaty.
Me too. Looking to cover, does so. Clutch spare. Trying to maintain the big advantage late in the championship match. Back on CBS Sports Network. PWBA Tour Championship in Dallas, Tuesday, August 9th, 7 Eastern. Third and final major. Our final live telecast here on CBS Sports Network of the 2022 PWBA Tour season. Home show for you.
Yes.
Works out.
I think I'm going to show up in Rochester next year, Dave.
Can't wait. Foundation frame, left lane. Comes to the touch high. Gets the ball anyway. Big strike from McCarthy.
Not as much angle on that shot, but remember I said that left lane. It's almost to the point where they need to get deep enough and just do what you need to do. Rock it to the pocket. Play fallback if you need to. Get the ball to stop. You need it to slow down, and she gets the break on tripping the 4-7. You don't get points for pretty, although I think that's pretty.
No emotion from Aaron all night. Might be saving it up for a championship. McEwen right lane needs something here, and a flat 10.
Made the adjustment. Great shot on this right lane. Almost leaves another 7-10, leaves the flat 10. Just not quite able to get the ball through the pins. Rolling it. I mean, she's throwing it physically so good. Moved deeper. Got that ball to the spot down the lane. Just not quite enough.
Just another 10 pin for the 11th time member of Team USA. Seeking her 8th career title, as we saw 3rd major tonight. 5th time she's been on the U.S. Women's Open show. 2019 winner. Lots of experience. Huge season. But unfortunately, when she tries to close it out, it hasn't quite worked out yet.
Went back to the ball she started with, made the move, and I think that's the right move. Leaves a 2-pin.
This match is mathematically over. Aaron McCarthy has won the 2022 U.S. Women's Open Championship. It's her first career major. Her first tour title since 2018. And the big prize money as well for Aaron. It is a huge time in her life, getting married in September and a championship tonight for Aaron McCarthy. Fantastic bowling, climbing the second. Trip 10 pin late for McEwen. The top seed will be the runner-up again for the second straight week.
Great bowling.
Aaron McCarthy has won the 2022 U.S. Women's Open here in South Glens Falls, New York. We'll be back in a few moments here on CBS Sports Network.
Proprietor of this wonderful bowling center. I know that lovely trophy is not staying with you very long.
It's not. It's quite heavy. Aaron, congratulations on an amazing run from last night right through to tonight. Congratulations, the U.S. Open champion.
And the second piece that you get is a green jacket from Allison Bohannon.
Thank you. I don't know how we're going to do it. There we go. All right, that'll work. Congratulations. Great job.
And I'm not sure which one's more important. I mean, I don't know where you're going, but we have Frank DeSocio, who is the BPA Executive Director, with a lovely check for our winner.
Thank you, Aaron, and thank you for all 3,400 bowling proprietors around the country for this. And more importantly, thank you for what you do during COVID and being a first responder during all the pandemic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to
Thank
Aaron
you to
McCarthy.
everyone.
She's the
Aaron,
winner.
I am going to try not to get choked up because that was absolutely awesome. I've just seen you grow as a bowler over the years, and you made a ball change in that second game that I think was the changing factor of each match. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I was talking to Nathan after that game too. The Jackal Ghost just wasn't allowing me to get it through the mids. We needed to make a ball change. I didn't come here to play it safe, so we took a risk. The wrong risk to start, but that led me to the final ball decision, which eventually gave me the title. So, yeah, I have no words right now.
Okay, but $60,000. I want to know, what are you going to do? Gamble? Go on a vacation?
I think I'm going to buy some sneakers.
Well, buy me a pair while you're at it. Congratulations again. Dave, back to you.
Carol, thanks so much. Aaron McCarthy has won the 2022 U.S. Women's Open Championship here in South Glens Falls. Coming up, we need to talk here on CBS Sports Network now.